The Big Earl is always asking, why is China hoarding food? Experts say that China is hoarding a massive amount of food. They will soon have over 2/3 of the globe's corn reserves, over half of its rice, and over half of its wheat. But when asked about it, China lies. One China expert says they, of course, will never admit to something like that. Well, what does China know that we don't? When it comes to global food shortages, China is the canary in the coal mine. You see, China is the world's #1 food importer. They rely on the rest of the world to keep their people fed. So they can't afford to mess up. Or there will be riots, civil panic, or even worse, when over 1 billion people can't eat. What does this mean for Americans like you and me? 2 words: food shortages. That's why it's a smart idea to stock up on a kit of best-selling 4 Patriots survival food. Create your own stockpile of the best-selling 4 Patriots survival food kits, hand-packed in the USA. The kits are compact and stack easily. They have different delicious breakfasts, lunches, and dinners. And their 5-star reviews on the website rave about the flavor and the taste. Right now, you can get 10% off your first purchase of 4 Patriots survival food by typing in the code VTTGW at checkout. Just go to 4patriots.com and use the code VTTGW to get 10% off your first purchase of 4 Patriots survival food. That's 4patriots.com. Use the code VTTGW.
With us today, we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
Boom! To try to get a matchup with a gun. Oh, goes the lead! Francis is gunning!
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Come on, let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, it looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow!
It's very rare.
What a finish! Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out?
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to goal. It's a knockout! Oh my! It's a knockout!
And it's closing in, trying to finish it, and it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Buck is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Pearson. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the catch.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby!
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow! How good is this?
Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy. That's in the Book of Earl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful.
What's up, Trash Talkers? What's up, Artworks Nation? We are live Saturday morning early. All right, hey, it gets hectic around holiday season and things are shifting around. So listen, I had to go last night. Apologize. So we're going this morning, and now Stacks VTT's Drunken Cyborg pulled a double shifter last night, serving and protecting. I don't know that could go a lot of different ways. Serving and protecting. People. What is she, like a federal cop or something?
So can serving and protecting.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows? But hey, welcome to UFC Pick'em and also NFL Pick'em. Which good thing, I kind of wasn't there last week because I kind of screwed up, but it's fine. But hey, anyways, hey, you know what, Chris? You know what? I don't want to talk to these two right now. Put me up on my soapbox. So, if you can, just mute them. I don't even want to talk to them. So, no, hey, I just wanted to say happy holidays to the Veteran Trash Talk team, especially all of our moderators, admin, and then our Gruntworks fam out there. Appreciate y'all watching, and for the 5 people subscribed to our YouTube channel, we really appreciate it. You see that little thing up there in the corner, 4 Patriots. All right, go to 4patriots.com. Now, again, our mission is to build a community. We always say it's the end of the show, so I'll do it now. Our mission is to build a community that supports veterans, first responders, and anybody else that supports them. And the more people we get into the community, the better that we can do that job at. Because, I don't have the answer for everything. Joe doesn't, Bill doesn't. But there's a time here and there where somebody posts something and I admit, well, 4 Patriots, all right, is partnering with us, i.e. they give us some money. Okay, so 4 Patriots is partnering with us and giving our Veteran Trash Talk and Gruntworks family a discount. So go to 4patriots.com and use 10% off. Now, if you're not into the survival food or outdoor solar generators, that's fine. All right. But you don't have to be a crazy to be prepared for the dumpster fire, because when the dumpster fire hits and you have a little bit of extra food, that's, saved that last 25 years. All right. It can't hurt you. All right. Nobody's asking you to go full prepper. Now, if you are a full prepper, nothing wrong with that either. Go to 4patriots.com because they're partnering with us. They're sponsoring us. They're helping us out, get our mission going. So go help them. All right. Off my soapbox. I'm done with it. So, okay. So that's what we did that because we kind of owe it to them because they kind of pay us. So we're doing that, and it's a good thing. But hey, happy Saturday, fellas. Happy Saturday morning. What's going on?
Indeed.
I just saw Tony Brooks post, Key Rocket Brothers. Tony, I, like you, finally escaped the shitstorm that is Washington, Tacoma area. So took your advice on that one. And Jeremy Daniels, thanks for watching.
It's getting a little hot in this thing, boys.
Oh.
As I say, back to back. Oh, that's cute. I never looked at this. I just threw it on. Michigan back to back Big Ten champions, and they cheated. You want to know what cheating is? It's hiring Michigan's last linebacker coach that they fired right before the bowl game. That's sign stealing. Alabama just did that, but you'll never hear about it. Literally hired Michigan's last linebacker coach who knows all their signs and everything. So yeah, you won't hear about that.
If you can't beat them, join them. All right, that's the
back to back champions.
That's
bang, bang.
That's the legal way to do it, Joe.
That's why Tom Brady never joined Alabama, because he owned that ass.
Right.
Anyways.
For sure. You know what? I don't really pay attention to people who lose a lot. But Joe, what was your friend's name again? I forget it. I don't even know. Who
Steve
it is.
Areno.
Oh, they call him Steve because what shirt did he buy a shirt yet? Because
he did. He did actually. He bought one for his dad for Christmas because his dad's a Marine.
Okay. Well, I need to see I need to see a picture of him, on a knee presenting it to his father.
Bill, he sent a picture of he sent a picture of the 49er shirt that he has last night to Nick, and it's a 40, a Glock 9 ERS 49ers.
That's pretty good.
I said, Steve bought a shirt, and Nick said, yeah, that's not going to work.
That's a no-go.
We don't sell that one.
Yeah, but hey, thanks for everybody tuning in. So what we do here, if it's your first time watching it, we usually do this Friday nights after a few Chardonnays, what of it.
That's fine, box of Chardonnay.
Yeah.
No pinky out.
These guys pick UFC.
Box of Chardonnay.
All right, I'm the Big Earl. I'm the host of it. I don't know what I'm talking about UFC. However, I'm getting slightly better at knowing who some of these people are after doing this for about 3 years. But it's so much fun, and these guys will make you some money. Last week, they just missed one on the large parlay, but if you bet like the Big Earl bets, secret, I didn't bet like the Big Earl usually bets last week and lost. But if you bet the individual picks, and we'll talk about this after they give the parlays and locks. So stick around for that. Stick around for the locks and parlays, and we'll get after it. And then get into the Big Earl's NFL picks, which I've been 50% or better All right, on all my locks all year except for last week. So I finally took a big L, and it is what it is. All right. You see that QR code up there? All right, click on that too, or is it this one? I don't know. This, yeah, left hand. Okay, left hand. Yeah, that one.
Hey, folks, he's not joking. If you happen to stumble across us and you bet fights, stop for a second, because there's some big shows out there that got 3 fights wrong, all of them last week, and I trolled each one of them. Cody Safdie and the MMA Guru from Dogger Pass, hats off to you. You guys are good. But there's a dude that's got a major following that literally was 1 for 5 on the main card, and we were 5 for 6. And Park could have possibly won that split decision. A split decision made Bill and I not go perfect.
Yeah, it cost me it cost me my parlay bet, but it could have had a nice little $900 payday. Sons of bitches. All right.
Fucking Muniz actually shows up to fight when we pick against him.
Yeah, that's all right. I got drunk and put $20 on a number and it paid back. No, but it is what it is.
Party time.
Yeah, party time. Recovery. All right. Let's get into it. We got UFC 296. And we usually for about almost 2 years we made fun of Joe every show and talked about how he couldn't pick fights and how Bill was better and he's the champ. Well, we don't even know how many points Bill is down at this point. It's so bad that we're not even.
I like the word several.
Yeah,
it sounds big.
We're going to. We're not even going to allow him to do a point pick on the main card because he's not. We're going to go to the prelim.
So you're giving him this layup?
Yeah, so he can work his way back up. All right, he's back.
This one's a layup.
We sent him down to AAA. Throw a couple of fastballs. And then get back up here. All right, get your confidence back. So, Bill. You got the first part of the night, which happens to be the main event of the prelim, the undercard, and you got Alonzo Menefield versus Dustin Jacoby. All right, for your points, Bill, what you got?
I'm going with Dustin Jacoby. I was actually leaning on Menefield for a while, but Jacoby's just been on a tear, and he's just been a different fighter lately. So I'm going with Dustin Jacoby by decision, actually, on this one. Menefield actually doesn't get slept a lot, but Jacoby's just tough. He's got the hands, and Menefield gets questionable as the fight goes on. So I'm going Dustin Jacoby by decision on this one.
Ooh, very nice. Bill going for the soft 2-pointer. I like it. All right. Joe, what do you think about this fight? You think Bill's off his rocker? Is he okay?
I think he's got the winner right for sure. For sure.
You think it's the PCS move that's caused him this lack in point picking? Or is it like what do you think it is? Can we diagnose this or no?
The jury's still out on that.
Yeah,
one.
we got.
Okay, I'm not that far ahead to where I won't be eating some crow in a month if I go on a couple week cold streak. But Alonzo Menefield could possibly win the first round if he uses his wrestling. But I think Dustin Jacoby is one of the most underrated light heavyweights in the UFC. He's a really hard guy to beat. He's a fantastic kickboxer. He's got range. He's got length. And Menefield gasses, man. He carries around a lot of muscle, and he's a different fighter after 7 minutes. And I think Jacoby probably gets him to where he's really sucking wind in the third round. And I'm going to say he TKOs him. I'm going to say he drops him in the third and plays it smart. And if Menefield's smart, he'll wrestle in the first round. And it might be 1-1 going into the third, but you'll see a big difference in who's fresher of the two fighters. Jacoby's a really seasoned kickboxer, and he can go the distance and still put up volume. And Menefield just doesn't look like the same guy in the third round.
And Very nice. Last 2 losses were really close decisions too. So Jacoby is fine in those late rounds.
Yeah, you know how I pick. Nobody with 2 first names can ever win a fight. It's just not going to happen. Not my day. Anyways, let's go to the main card. This is what everybody's paying for. Hey, first of all, guys, is this fight worth $80? Is this card worth $80?
It's a good card.
Or is it bring like 4 friends over and pay 20? Or do you bring 4 friends over and split it? That's what
I might watch it illegally and for free the next morning.
All right, hey. Don't listen to him, Rabbit. All right. So, anyways, just make sure.
Disregard that, Rabbit.
Disregard that, Rabbit. All right. Let's get to the main card. And we got a featherweight fight. And we got Josh Emmett. Oh, that's my guy. 18-4 versus Bryce Mitchell, 16-2. Anyways, I was hoping Stacks would be on for this one as well, but I couldn't be more bored with this kind of fight. Like, I mean, if you look at this, it looks like two guys from the country club level. Like they hang out with me when I'm golfing. None of these guys look scary. They're all about 106 pounds. I shit on all of them. So let's give this one to the champ. All right, Joe, for your point, who do you got?
This might surprise Bill, but this is a tough fight to pick. The reason being is because what a tough out Josh Emmett is. Now, if Bryce Mitchell was a banger like Ilia Topuria, I would absolutely say, yep, he's got him. But my problem here is Bryce Mitchell's 5'10", Josh Emmett's 5'6", and a ball of muscle. And I honestly, man, Josh Emmett was a collegiate wrestler. Bryce Mitchell's game is drag you down and strangle you, or drag you down and gas you. And I don't think he's going to be able to get his takedowns off. This is a last-minute replacement. He's 10 days notice. It was supposed to be Giga Chikadze. Emmett's had a full camp with Team Alpha Male. All they do is wrestle there, and Emmett's got dynamite in that right hand. Dude, I'm taking Josh Emmett as my DraftKings sleeper, and I'm picking him to win a decision against Bryce Mitchell. My boy Cody Saftik from Dogger Pass podcast, when he saw these odds, said, "Am I seeing something wrong? Does Emmett have a broken foot?" Like, Bryce Mitchell just fought a guy who's a short, stocky ball of muscle and got ragdolled and the piss beat out of him. Now, that was Ilia Topuria, future champ, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think Emmett can keep – Mitchell's striking is trash. Emmett's striking is very, very dangerous. I think that Emmett can keep Mitchell off of him to where he won't be able to land his takedowns early, and once they're sweating – you can tell the strength advantage is definitely in Emmett's favor. He hasn't quite looked like the same guy as he did 4 years ago, but he's 38. So I think he's just kind of fighting a little bit differently. And he still looked very game. And I mean, his last two losses were to Yair Rodriguez, no shame in that, and to Ilia Topuria, who he lost a decision to. Now, if you do MMA math, Ilia Topuria strangled Bryce Mitchell, and he wanted the frick out of there. Just mauled him and beat the hell out of him. Now, I like Bryce Mitchell. I wouldn't mind seeing him get the W, but I got to be honest, I got Josh Emmett in one of my parlays winning this by decision. So I'm going to go Josh Emmett by decision. And this could be the week that Bill closes the gap because I do like his pick of Jacoby, and this fight's up in the air. But I'm going Josh Emmett by a split decision, we'll call it.
Yeah, and then, first of all, like throwing it into the I don't know, is a split decision worth another point, Bill? Like a split?
No.
Like that's tough. That's a tough call. I mean yeah.
No, because I'd take the 2 points if it went to majority decision. So I can't say give me points for one and the other.
That'd be interesting, but it has to be a split, or you don't get the point for decision.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'll just call it a decision,
okay.
But I could see Bryce Mitchell winning on one judge's scorecard. This is going to be a good fight.
Nice. All right, Bill, what say you?
I'll be honest with you. Emmett was my DraftKings sleeper too.
Oh man!
Hey, ring the bell.
Now, if he was fighting Giga, I 100% think Giga was going to whoop his ass.
Ding, mother fucking dong. I'm sorry.
But Bryce Mitchell, he's just been relatively unimpressive to me. Especially against someone like Josh Emmett, who's an elite D1 wrestler, who's got a solid wrestling, and he's just a dog too. I think the heavy underdog numbers is just because he's coming off of 2 losses. But to me, those 2 losses are Topuria and Yair Rodriguez, which are not bad losses in any way whatsoever. Yeah. And Bryce Mitchell's loss, he looked like shit. Came back he wins by boring decisions, laying on top of people, and I don't think Emmett is going to be that guy. I think Emmett's going to drag him into a dogfight. Bryce Mitchell isn't ready for that. Like you said, short notice, supposed to be Giga. So I got Josh Emmett by decision as well.
All right, very nice. Hey, the Baker Muffin Fingers, listen back there. So I know you're probably never saw the movie The Program. But it would be really cool if you clip that audio from Latimer when he says, when the coach is like, "We're going to ring that championship bell," and he just yells, "Ding, mother and dong. Like if you could do that, and anytime they do that, just play it.
Where James Conn is doing his piss poor impersonation of a college coach. Why can't they ever get the coach right?
I don't know.
I mean,
that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Whoever the white guy was that was the coach in the Denzel Washington one was a horrible. And Billy Bob Thornton in Friday Night Lights. Come on, Hollywood.
Terrible.
I'm sorry.
Terrible.
I'll cut it out.
Yep, there you go. He just shared it.
Knucklehead terrible.
Hey, so hey Chris, can you play that on this show right now so the 5 viewers can fucking hear it? Or no? That way
Let's go, girls. There's dozens of people waiting for the game to start.
To find it. Okay,
Tom Hanks.
Never mind. And we do have NFL games. We got to get to this. All right, let's go to the next fight, and it's a lightweight bout, and we got Tony Ferguson, 26-9 versus Paddy Pimblett from 20, who's 20-3. Now this was Stacks for a point, who's way behind. So I think we're going to let her ride her career out in the pros. Let her go into the sunset. Not send her back to the minors. I don't think it's savable. So she went Paddy, all right, by second round KO. All right, also one of her locks. Now the Big Earl disagrees here.
She's getting better.
Big Earl disagrees here because I kind of got moved by what Kobe Covington was doing at the weigh-ins and stuff like that. And I'm going USA all fucking card. All right, USA. Tony Ferguson fucking smashed the Brits just like we always did. You know, the British Army is like, you know, soup in between two loaves of bread. Go get that shirt at our store. That's what it is. Soup fucking sandwich. All right, let's stay with Bill. What say you on this one?
I mean, I'm with Stacks on this one. I mean, Tony needs to stop. And Joe and I have said it at least 10 times on this show. Justin Gaethje changed Tony Ferguson. Ever since he fought Gaethje, he has not won a fight. He's lost 6 in a row. Get that Gaethje fight rewired his brain. It's just not the same anymore. And like Joe and I talked about before, you know, and Herb Dean said, you know, being the referee, it sounded like he was getting punched on the inside of a pumpkin. It was just soft tissue. Gaethje fucking changed him. So yeah, Paddy Pimblett. I'm going with. I was leaning that third round. I'm going to go with the second round TKO in this one. It might even pull off a submit. He's lost 2 submission losses in a row too. I mean, Ferguson's just not the same guy. He needs to put his gloves in the center ring and walk away. Had a great career, but he's no longer the boogeyman. Let's go Paddy, second round TKO. Ferguson just isn't there anymore. I think he's tough enough to get to the second round, but he's not winning this fight. So Paddy Pimblett all day, also a lock for me.
Nice. I don't know if the Baker knows what he's typing in the private chat there. Not sure. Did we beat the British in World War II?
Do you?
Or were we? Okay. Did I read that?
I thought we were on the same side on that one.
I thought we were allies. He's like, oh shit! Hey, this is when you don't type. This is when you drop the gloves and walk away. This is what happens.
Yeah. Did we beat the Redcoats in World War II?
All right, Joe. What say you in this one?
Yeah, man. Not good for Tony. I respect his toughness mentally. I am in awe of it. I don't know how he's not terrified to get back in there. I respect the fact that he went through Hell Week with David Goggins for this fight. This ain't David Goggins' sport. Okay. I respect that man. That man's a god in our circle. At least to me he is, but he's not an MMA trainer. So Tony, gonna be in great shape. Sure. But if you watch the press conference, Paddy has a chip on his shoulder from the Jared Gordon shit talking he keeps hearing. He looks pissed off. He's not playing around. He's not joking. He's not his normal self. And Tony said something like, your whole country doesn't even like you, bro. And he said something along the lines of, okay, lad. He goes, this country's not gonna like me either when I'm standing over your corpse in round 1. And he was dead serious. I think Paddy hurts Tony, puts him on the ground, and strangles him. I got Paddy by second round submission, and I'm going to call it a rear naked choke.
Very nice. Very nice.
Not a bad pick at all.
I am going to reload my screen here so you guys can talk amongst the next fight. We got a welterweight fight, And you got Rachmanov at 17-0 versus Thompson 17-6-1. Now remember, like the Big Earl says, anybody whose name ends in off, all right, is going to win. All right, so I'm going to go Rachmanov by murder in the first round. All right, let's stay with Joe here. Joe, what say you?
Yeah, and Patty was one of my locks too. And here's another one.
Yeah.
A head and arm triangle, second round. Shavkat. Wonder Boy, I hate this matchup for him because he is like salt of the earth. Great human being. Never talks any shit. I don't know why he accepted this fight. He should not have. Shavkat is 17-0. More importantly, he's got 17 finishes. The way he tapped out Jeff Neal was freakishly scary with a standing head and arm triangle. And Jeff Neal doesn't quit for anybody, let alone get choked out on your feet. I could see this thing going to the fence. Shavkat locking up his favorite choke, which is the head and arm triangle. It's my favorite choke as well. And he can execute it from the feet. He can execute it from the ground. And Wonder Boy's a karate guy. He does not do submissions. So I got Shavkat by, I'm going to say second round sub just because I think Wonder Boy is smart enough to not get into that world. Matt, you know what? First. I'm going to go first when they're dry. I think he locks it up and Wonder Boy can't get out. So Shavkat first round sub.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. All right, Bill, what say you?
Ding, ding, ding. I love Stephen Thompson. And Joe said it. He's just a good dude. But he's a karate guy. He works on weird angles. He's not great on the ground. And Rachmanov is just an animal. And he's the level of good where you're going to the ground. No matter how good you are at angles and ducking out of the way, he's going to get you. It's going to get him with a single leg. And Wonder Boy's going to his back, and it's over. I'm actually with Joe. I think it's going to be a head and arm triangle choke. I think it's going to be first round. You're not stopping Rachmanov. Wonder Boy Thompson's not the guy to be able to stop that takedown. He's going to try to work his angles. It's going to be late first round. Rachmanov's going to figure his timing down. He's going to start with a single leg, and it's over. So Rachmanov, first round submission.
All right. I do have to apologize to the baker. He said that he was doing a Beer Fest quote, and I do know that quote. It is accurate. So we do apologize. Maybe if you would have said it, we would have picked up on it. So I can't take full responsibility for screwing up. You're still somewhat responsible. Like I'm the millennial in my zennials. It's not letting it happen. All right. Hey, before we go to the co-main and the main, hey, put me up on my soapbox again, Chris, just to piss you off. Put me up there again. Can you do it?
Oh, he's mad.
There it is. There it is. Mad at me. Okay. So now if you look right behind me, all right, another partner, and they've partnered with us for a long, long time. All right. So go to 10thmountainwhiskey.com and put in the code VTT. All right. They're giving us a discount. Now, I got it. There's a lot of people who have struggled with alcohol and you don't drink anymore. And we're proud of you. And if you are struggling with it, please don't go buy it. And they'll say the same thing. All right. If you struggle with alcohol, don't get it. All right. Just like gambling. If you have a gambling problem, don't do it. If you don't have any money, don't do it. Come on this page and talk shit. That's more fun anyways. But yeah, 10thmountainwhiskey.com. Put in the code VTT. Get yourself a discount. They got great bourbon, rye whiskey, cordial, vodka, all that stuff for your holiday cheer. And again, they sponsor so many veteran events. So many. And they're really good guys. Really great group up there in Vail, Colorado. So if you do partake, give them a shot because they're also helping us out big time. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Get out of here. Okay. All right, the co-main. And we're going to stay with Bill on this one. All right, we got a flyweight fight. And again, I wish Stacks was here because, again, what are these guys? I mean, look at they're like an inch tall. How are they supposed to even fit in the octagon? But you got Pantoja at 26-5 versus Roy Val, which I didn't even write his record down because I don't give a shit. All right, these guys are 106 pounds. All right, Bill, can these guys even fight? Who do you got in this one?
I think this is going to be one of the best fights that's on the card.
Yep.
These guys are absolute bangers. Now, man, this is a tough fight to pick. You could pick either one of these guys and probably be right. But I do think the over is the way to go on this one. I think the over is a good safe bet because both these guys are just phenomenal. It's going to be a war. But I think it's going to go to the distance. I'm still going with Pantoja. I think he's going to hold it for a little bit. But, man, this is going to be such a great fight. Could Royval come in and whoop his ass? Absolutely. Both these guys are so great. But I do think it's going to be a banger all the way to a decision. I wouldn't be surprised by a split decision on this one either. But I'm going with Pantoja by decision on this one. But this is the fight you're going to want to watch on this fight card. This and the next one. Pantoja, but I still got Pantoja by decision on this one.
Very nice. Champ, what say you?
Yeah, Pantoja actually gained me a point in the Moreno fight, and Bill and I were split on the pick. And that fight was incredible. He made a believer out of me in that fight because there really wasn't a loser in that one. Moreno gave him everything he had, and Pantoja just looked like he was on a mission. Like, no, man, this is my time. This is my dream to get that belt, take that belt off of you. And he fought the perfect fight. Otherwise, Moreno would have beat him. And he was leaking. Moreno was leaking. Pantoja's got that dog in him, man. You're not going to get him to go away. You're going to have to put him to sleep. And they call Royval Raw Dog for a reason, because he goes guns blazing. Man, he comes out. He's wild. He likes to draw people into brawls. And I think Pantoja might engage in a couple of those just to get his respect, to get him to back off, because he's going to have to. Because Pantoja has finished Royval in their first fight, and he got the job done. But Royval fights with his chin up quite a bit, and he's a little bit taller than Pantoja, and Pantoja was able to hit Brandon Moreno, which is incredible that he was able to outstrike a guy like him. So I don't think Royval wins this fight, but I think it is incredibly close. I think it very well could be a split. But I'm going Pantoja by decision in a fight of the year candidate.
Yes.
Very now. Oh, fight of the year candidate. Nice.
Yeah, these guys are going to lay it all out there.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, you're right, Nick. They can crawl through a link in the fence to get in the octagon, but they still produce action.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got KG Spradley, the author, the guy who's the soldier of fortune. Says, I don't drink or bet, so I guess I'll just talk shit. Absolutely correct, KG. We love having you on the page now. And
I only drink when I bet, but I only bet when I drink.
Yeah, but it's a vicious cycle. No, he was a great guest on our show. Go check out KG Spradley. Just Google it. You'll find it. Go get his book. It's phenomenal. And again, if you want to watch our show, I think it was episode 140, 139, somewhere in there. But we also got Casey on the chat thread saying this comment was hidden because it may be offensive. I see what you did there. All right, could be some clickbait, but it is what it is. I don't know if you're even real or not.
I only remember show number 9 because it's the only time we had a guy in Iraq streaming the show, and it was like Chris Farley and Rob Lowe. I've got a brother.
Yeah,
I gained Bill, so Bill was on show number 9. That is still my favorite one.
There you go. That was nice.
Brothers don't shake hands.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the main event. All right. It's a welterweight fight.
Gonna be a good one.
All right. And we got Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. Leon Edwards, the champ, coming in at 21-3, and then Colby coming in at 17-3. Now, again, normally I don't pick anybody named Colby. Right, we don't like that name. It's not a good fighter name.
You know his middle name's Jack.
Oh my God, there you go, Colby Jack. Stop it. But I'm going to agree with you on that one. I actually watched this press conference, and just by accident, and like I said, the guy is wearing.
It was brutal.
But he's dressed up like George Washington. All right, I'm loving it. And he's just throwing him out there at Leon. He triggered Leon so bad, Leon threw the mic at him. Right, it was great. So
hit him with it too.
Yeah, I'm going Colby Covington. All right, by Constitution smash. All right, USA all the way. Let's stay with the champ. Who you got in this one?
Oh man, my brain is disagreeing with my heart in this one. Colby's gonna have his supporters are like a cult following. If there's one person I can compare his following to is Donald Trump. And what a shocker. The Don says he's going to be at the fight. They're buddies. They like each other. People that don't like Colby really hate his guts. So there's the Trump comparison there. Something about Colby that they don't talk about a lot is Colby doesn't cut weight. He's not a weight bully. He's not a big welterweight. He fights at his natural weight. Leon Edwards, on the other hand, is a pretty decent sized welterweight. He's going to be a good bit bigger. And, you know, as much as I love Colby's volume and his work ethic, he can't finish a sandwich. Nobody ever gets knocked out by Colby. He just wears you down over the course of a fight. Oh man. I think Leon's going to hang on to his belt in a very close decision. I think Colby's going to steal a couple of rounds, but I see that left high kick wobbling Colby and hurting him. He does get hurt in fights. He did fight 2 rounds or at least a round and a half with a broken jaw against Kamaru Usman. You could tell it was broken too because he couldn't shut his mouth. Not like he ever can, but I don't think Leon finishes him. I will say in my parlay, I've got this fight going over 4.5 rounds. I'm going to go with Leon winning a very close decision, probably 48-47, and Colby winning maybe rounds 2 and 3, and Leon winning the championship rounds.
Oh, all right.
I could be wrong though.
Oh,
I'm not telling everybody to bet this one.
Ooh, okay, I like that. That means a good fight coming up here. All right, Bill, what say you?
Yeah, fuck, man. I, like Joe, have gone back and forth. The heart and the brain are saying 2 different things. I don't know. My lock is this fight going the distance. These guys aren't big finishers, and they have a long string of decisions in their repertoire. I mean, yeah, Leon had that great kick against Cameroon. They're just not known to be big finishers, and they're grinders. They know
that kick woke me up because that fight was that boring up until it.
I mean, they're just not finishers, and they're also tough to be to finish. So I got this fight going the distance. Let me say that. That's my lock. If you're going to bet this one, bet the over. Shit, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Colby on this one by decision.
Nice.
Could Leon pull this off? Yeah, but I think Colby's mastered being the heel, and he just knows how to get. And I think that press conference got in Leon's head a little bit. Joe talked about Patty earlier. Patty is definitely walking around with a chip on his shoulder, but it's different. Patty is ready to go in and commit a fucking homicide. He's in a different place in his head right now. Leon, I think, got triggered. And it's not like when Conor talked shit about Khabib's dad. That was different. Khabib came in and said, I'm going to bully you. I'm going to try to grind you and make you not tap because I want to beat the shit out of you for so long.
That's awesome.
I think he got in Leon's head a little bit differly. I don't think Leon
I can
has
empathize
that
being triggered, Leon.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Colby on this one. Colby by decision. The bet on this one is the over. Pick the over on this one if you're going to bet on it. Going money line on either one of these guys is pretty risky, but the over is a really safe bet on this one. So Colby Covington decision, but if you're going to bet it, bet the over.
Yeah, I think the over and a half is 4.5 on my bookie.
Yeah.
So it's like it's going to a
these guys, they're just decision kings, man. That's the safe way to go.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I go, if Joe and I were to have a fight and we did a press conference, that's pretty much how I think it would go. Like me being Colby Covington, and Joe throwing something at me by the end of it.
Do you remember when you told me that the birds were coming in and I got in full kit and walked to the landing spot, and then you told me on the radio, "Hey, there's no bird coming in."
Yeah.
That day, I would have thrown a mic at your face. I would have thrown a microphone at you for sure.
Oh man,
I was so mad, and he was so far away that I had to scream at the top of my lungs for him to hear me. That didn't stop me though, because man, was I letting the words fly.
Oh, good times.
Oh, you got to do it.
I fucking hope I draw you in the tournament tomorrow. It was like something out of Karate Kid. I was so pissed.
Just trying to get him tired before he had to compete,
I was so, dude, I still remember that. That and the day you put a full ice cream cone on the first piece of red meat that I'd ate in a month in the chow hall that day. I was like, dude, are you trying to get me to punch you? And with a 2-teeth grin, he just, yes, I am. I was so there was other units in that chow hall looking at me like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? And I'm like, him, right there, him. You take him. He'll be your friend.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's great. Okay. Let's get to the best part of the show. Now, fight fans, another disclaimer.
There we go, baby.
If you don't have money, don't gamble. All right. If you don't know how to gamble, listen to the Big Girl after these because I'm going to tell you how to pick them. All right. Let's stay with Bill here. All right, give us your locks. We all know the DraftKings Sleeper, but give it again anyways, and your parlay.
Yeah, DraftKings Sleeper, you can actually have two if you listen to my bets. One, I would leave alone. My first DraftKings Sleeper is Josh Emmett. I think he's taking Bryce. The other one was, I just said it, Colby Covington is technically the underdog in that one. So go with that one. My locks, Rachmanov is just going to come in and just destroy Stephen Wonderboy Tom. I hate to see it, but it's going to happen. And Patty's my other lock. Tony Ferguson, damn it, man. Just hang the gloves up. You're about to lose 7 in a row.
Take the toy back to the carpet.
I mean, Dana White, if you ever care about your fighters, make him retire. For fuck's sake.
It's time for him to be done.
So obviously the three in my parlay, Rachmanov, Patty, Emmett. You also throw in Colby and Leon Edwards to take the over on that one. On the prelims, Irene Aldana, take her to win her fight. And I think that's pretty much the safest one there. And then, obviously, I also really like Jacoby in his fight. So it's a little sporadic going back and forth between main card and prelims. But Emmett, Jacoby, Rachmanov, Patty, Aldana. If you want to get ballsy, take the Edwards, Colby Covington over.
Nice. All right.
The only reason I'm not putting the over on the Royval fight is because one of those dudes has a chance to sleep the other one. Because I know they're going to come in those first two to three rounds just throwing bombs at each other. So I'm actually going to stay away from that one. But if you want to take the over on that one, that's also a safe bet.
Very nice. All right, the champ. Locks, parlays, DraftKings Sleeper. Send it.
All right. As always, I'm going to do that backwards. DraftKings Sleeper is Josh Emmett. And I could build you a really solid DraftKings lineup on some dogs on this card that there's a lot of minus 100 and plus 100 fights, a lot more than usual. I like Cody Durden against Tagir Ulanbekov because Ulanbekov's almost 40 and Durden's a dog, man. That dude's on a mission. He comes to fight every night and I'm going to be rooting for him and I could definitely see him winning. So that's a great dog pick there. My locks are Shavkat, Patty, and I honestly, I'm gonna lock up Dustin Jacoby. I don't think Menafield has anything for him, and I really like him to stay on the tear that he's on. So I'm gonna go with my parlay from the prelims, early prelims on up. I like Martin Buday to give Gamzayev his first defeat in the first fight, heavyweight fight. So I'm taking Martin Buday. I'm taking Andre Fili against Lucas Almeida.
I like that one too.
I'm taking Cody Garbrandt to beat Brian Kelleher. I don't think Brian Kelleher can do anything to Kobe, and Kobe's the only one of those two that can finish somebody. And he had a snoozer against Trevin Jones, so I think Kobe's going to come out and fight a better fight. Then Jacoby. Let me wheel this bad boy up a little bit. Patty, Shavkat. And I'm gonna go with Pantoja, man. I know this. I know it's a gamble, but I really like Pantoja to keep his belt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put the main event in my parlay just because I want to enjoy it. So if you want me to say that again, I will.
I was putting it in as you were talking. So
all right.
Let me show you how the Big Earl bets here. All right, I'm going to show you exactly what I put in. So, again, I try to bet the solo fights so that it covers my parlay bet. All right, and that way, or my multiple parlay bets. Now, this is a difficult one as I was looking at the odds because the locks, you got to bet about $50 to win 7. All right, so like it is what it is.
Yeah, Rachmanov's like a minus 650 right now or some crazy.
I
shit.
double chanced Rachmanov and Patty and got them both around minus 200 by TKO or sub.
Right.
And I really think they're both finishing.
All right, so there you go. There's another way to bet it too. Just betting.
Fucking Bobby Green tapped out Tony Ferguson. If Bobby Green can do it, so can Patty.
All right,
that's so true.
So, but what they gave you was a couple of underdog picks that they're both pretty confident in. So go ahead and throw $5 or $10 on those. All right, because if one of those hits, that'll pay for some. That'll get you some money back. And then go ahead and put I put a $50 bet on Patty. All right, because it's giving me like $25 back, something like that. So just go ahead and put that in there, and then throw a $25-$30 parlay on there, and try to see if you can hit one for like $600-$700. And that's always a fun way to do it. Okay, there you have it, fight fans. The locks and the DraftKings sleepers are in. But now we get to go to the rapid fire NFL. All right, which I happen to be the expert at. I'm not doing too well in my pick'em league last week. I think I picked 4 of those games correctly. However, I bet on 2 of them, of those 4, so that worked. And again, the under and the over has been a pretty good lock for me lately, except for Thursday night when the Raiders scored 63 fucking points. When they
more than the Raiders doubled their season total in points in 4 quarters.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest here, and the Big Earl didn't win on Thursday night because I definitely
I think a lot of people lost that.
Yeah, so it is what it is. So we're starting off with an L on the week, but we're gonna get rocking and rolling because we got games today. We're getting hot here. Playoff time, baby.
All right, I got the earliest game as my first one. I got Minnesota going into Cincinnati. Is that the one you got?
Yep.
All right. We got Cincy at a -3. They opened at a -4.5, so that's been bet down. And with the 40.5 over under.
Yeah, that I got Justin Jefferson said he's playing today. So
Jettis.
So but again, I think Dobbs is that classic quarterback case where he comes into a division and it's hard to stop him until you get some film on him. And then defensive coordinators are figuring him out pretty easily. But that's okay. Dobbs is young. He's got to learn how to do it. I mean, you even heard Josh Allen in the postgame talking about.
I like him, man.
Yeah, and then you even heard like Josh Allen in the postgame talking about how he's got to change his feet at setup. I mean, this is what these pro defensive coordinators like key on. Like they're like, okay, when his right foot is back, right, it's going to be a run to the left. It's like they figure all that stuff out. So I think when he makes his adjustments with some good coaching, he's going to be just fine. But I like the Bengals here. I think their backup quarterback is pretty solid. I think they take it.
When his knuckles go white, he's blitzing.
Yep, exactly.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah. No, wrong.
We got Pittsburgh. You say watch him when his knuckles go white. That's Pacino.
Okay. That's the same movie as Invincible.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. We got Pittsburgh going into Indy. This spread is a -1.5 for Indy's a -1.5 point favorite with a 42.5 over under.
Man, I have been so close to betting on the Colts for the last 5 weeks, and I probably should have. But I am going to circle the Colts here and lock it up. All right, Pittsburgh is bad. All right, they're just bad. So if Jonathan Taylor plays, it's going to be an easy lock. If he doesn't play, you're going to sweat it a little bit.
How Pittsburgh ever beat Baltimore, I won't know because that destroyed a parlay for me that day, and that was disgusting.
Yep, freaky.
Yeah. All right, we got my boys playing tonight right down the road. Denver's coming into town, and Detroit has got to win this game and get off the schneid. Detroit's a -5 favorite, which I don't necessarily agree with, and there's a 47.5 over under, which I do agree with.
Yeah, this one's tough again because we thought when I locked the Lions last week, they just completely abandoned the run in the third quarter. So as much as I like their coach, they have 2 absolute horses at running back. And I don't understand why.
O-line's banged up.
Like I still start. Everybody's banged up in December. I was going to talk about that in another game. It's like, but Montgomery and Gibbs, you didn't even give them a chance. Like they didn't even get the ball in the second half.
Makes no sense, bro.
Yeah. So I like the Lions here, but it depends on their coaching. If they run the ball,
Ben Andrews is saying Lions by touchdown.
Yeah, if the Lions run the ball, then it's Yeah, I think it's a lock, but I'm not going to lock it.
You give them the ball.
Yeah, not going to do it. I'll go Lions here.
Hey, look, we got. I mean, dude, we got two of the best offensive rookies in the NFL outside of C.J. Stroud and Gibbs and Laporta. If they can create a pocket for Goff and he stops looking like a deer in the headlights and a ballerina, and actually get some passes downfield, the run will open up, and I see them winning the game. But I like the over in that game. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored.
Yeah.
Because Russell Wilson's quietly having a really good season.
And the Broncos have a terrible defense.
Very true. So do the Lions. All right. We got Chicago going into Cleveland. Gross. Cleveland is a -3 favorite with a 37.5 over-under. We got a dog pick? We got a dog pick?
Hell no. Do you know who they just signed?
No.
You know who the Browns just signed?
Flacco.
Joe Flacco, baby. He's one of my favorite, most underrated quarterbacks. And look, he's coming into Cleveland and dropping dimes to those awesome receivers that the other two quarterbacks could not drop dimes to. All right, Flacco.
I actually agree with you on him being underrated. I've always thought he got a bad rap.
Oh my God! So
David Deal will tell you he's going in the Hall of Fame.
Well, and again, Flacco threw the pass that would have stopped Tom Brady's magical run. He threw the pass. He made the pass. The back shoulder to Lee Evans in the end zone in the AFC Championship game. It hit Lee Evans right in the fucking chest, right? And he dropped it. So it's like he made the throw. He just like Cam Newton in the Super Bowl. Cam Newton made the throws, right? The dudes just didn't catch it, right? So, again, I love Flacco. I think Flacco rolls the Bears. I think he just rolls.
All right, we got the Battle of the Bays. And I will say this before I announce the teams. Every year, there's a team that starts getting hot in the final third of the season, and everyone's like, shit, we thought they were done. That is the Green Bay Packers. They figured something out. They're playing good football right now. Compared to the team the Lions destroyed on Lambeau Field, they look like a different team. We got Tampa Bay going into Green Bay. Green Bay is a -3.5 favorite with a 42.5 over/under.
Yeah, I like the under here. They don't score that many points. And I was at the game in New York. That was fun. Monday Night Football. I was. If you go on.
Yeah, I saw you with Adam Schechter was trolling you.
Yeah, I was.
You tell him like, dude, get away from me. I'm trying to enjoy the game.
Like
with
I
my
said,
wife.
I was amazed when he asked me for a selfie. I was like, wow. So like he must know who.
Did he ask you for an autograph too?
He must know who the Big Earl is. But if you go on the page, you'll see my video from that all stemmed from the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. And the owner of the Giants is a big supporter of the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. So we got to go on the field. And the Packers did everything they could to lose that game. And that's why they did. 2 red zone fumbles, another fumble. And, it's like the Giants were just bad enough for it to at least be a game. So I appreciate the Giants being bad enough for that. But if the Packers don't,
they got DeVito.
Yeah, if the Packers don't turn it over, I don't think the Bucs can do anything to them. So, and just going back with history, if Baker plays, Baker Mayfield just absolutely sucks at Lambeau Field, like absolutely horrible. So, I'm going to go with the Packers here.
All right, we got Houston rolling into Tennessee. I can't believe I'm saying that correctly. Houston is a -3.5. with a 36.5 over/under. I'm sorry, Tennessee. Why is Tennessee a 3.5 point favorite over Houston? Tell me, Nick.
I was trying to look that up, and I wrote upset next to this as soon as I saw the line. I'll let you guys talk about it. I'm going to relaunch this again, but yeah, as soon as I saw the line,
I'll take them points.
Yeah, upset big time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. All right, we got the Jets rolling into Miami. Miami is a -8.5 favorite with a 36.5 over/under.
Yeah, this is one of my locks that I lost last week when I said the Finns were going to roll Tennessee. And there you have it. They were covering with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. They were covering 13.5 points. So they still lost. So I don't know. So that's the NFL for you. But yeah, I'm staying away from the Finns for a week. I think I've been locking them every game of the year except for like 2 of them when Tua was hurt. So I'm going Finns here.
All right, we got KC, who has got to be pissed and have a chip on their shoulder after how their game ended last week, going into the putrid New England Patriots. Yeah, no, I mean, dude, what a shitty way to lose. New England is a +8 dog at home with a 37.5 over under. I would say this one's a lock.
Yeah, I would want to, but dude, I think the Chiefs are in trouble. Like, not to lose this game, but I think they're
not finishing like
Yeah.
they did the year they won the Super Bowl. They're not finishing games.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, man. Like, I know why the NFL thought that if they started enforcing this offensive offsides, like if they started enforcing it, that'll help stop the tush push in Philadelphia. But you know why you can't stop the tush push in Philadelphia? Because they have a Hall of Fame center and a guy who squats 700 pounds behind him, running with the ball. That's why you can't
give him the ball.
They literally just fall. They fall forward, and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go the Chiefs here. But I like the under here again. I think the Pats defense is playing freaking solid.
Well,
Ben Andrews, we got the Giants.
Hold on, about Ben Andrews' comment. I think I know what he's talking about. He's saying, "Great job on the Gears of War beard, Trigger Joe." You do have the beard from the game Gears of War. It is pretty solid.
It's just good old red-blooded American winning machine testosterone flowing through these veins. I can't stop it.
Sure, that's what we'll
shave it off. It's back the next morning.
No, most people call it, just for men.
If you believe that, I'll tell you another one. Yeah, it's a little comb. You comb it in, black beard. It's beautiful. All right, we got the Giants going into New Orleans. The Saints are -5.5 with a 39.5 over under.
Not touching this game with any type of action.
Got DeVito.
It's like betting on a Pop Warner game.
I like you look at the Saints roster, and I don't understand how they're not like they just should be better. So maybe David Carr, isn't the answer for anybody because
maybe you should stop being such a freaking crybaby. Yeah. I can't stand that dude.
I mean,
and dude, big ups to Tommy DeVito, man. It's like his family was ready for him to be the starter before he was the starter. Like, have you seen how much money they're making off of that dude? New York loves that guy.
Yeah, and his agent looks like a mobster. It's great. That's
exactly
viral.
Yeah.
No, he probably is a mobster. Yeah, I gotta give you a good deal, Danny. Let me represent you.
Yeah.
If the Giants don't sign you, I'd maybe put a dead horse in their bed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
It's running numbers. You get an extra 200 a week.
Yeah.
All right. We got Atlanta rolling into maybe the worst team in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers, that are a +3 underdog at home with a 33.5 over under. And I did see a YouTube short about how the algorithm says Carolina is going to win this game. I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah, barring some injuries, there are some. You got to watch his injury report. The Falcons are banged up, but I think most of those guys had limited practice. I'll have to look at it again yesterday, so I think they'll play. But I got to circle the Falcons here. But yeah, they are banged up.
All right, we got Washington rolling in to play the Rams in LA. LA is a 6.5-point favorite at home with a 50.5 over under.
Yeah, Vegas isn't expecting any defense in this game. However, I do think the Rams are going to play tremendous defense against the Commanders. I'm going to lock this up. 6.5 points, lock it. It is a safe bet to say the Rams win 45-7, so you could bet the over. But it also safe to say the Rams win 35-3. So I like the Rams defense here. So yeah, lock them up.
Yeah, Lions definitely won that trade. It was one of the best trades they've ever made because of their draft picks. They actually learned how to draft correctly. But make no mistake about it, the best veteran quarterback playing in the NFL right now is Matt Stafford, in my opinion. That dude's a gamer. He slings the ball. Receivers love him. Just look at the number of receivers that have broken records with him as their quarterback. It's insane. All right, we got Frisco rolling into Arizona to commit felonies. Arizona is a 12-point dog at home with a 48.5 over under.
All right, lock it up. And I am
Frisco covers that over under themselves. I think
that's what I'm saying. I have been 3 for 3 of my same game parlays the last 3 weeks. I'm going 49ers over lock. I think the 49ers might put up 50 in this game.
Ooh, we got ourselves a actual competitive American football game. On the next one, we got Dallas rolling into Buffalo, who was happy to sneak out of that last game with a win. Buffalo, surprisingly, is a -2.5-point favorite at home with a 49.5 over under. I like the over there too.
Yeah. Is it January yet?
It is Buffalo.
It's not January, so lock the Cowboys again. All right. All you Cowboy haters out there, again, I'm not a Cowboy fan, but if you've been betting with me and the Cowboys the last 2.5 years, you're making a shit ton of money. Okay?
We are Cowboy realists.
We are
not fans.
They are very fucking good. All right. And they are very good at blowing teams out too. So if they get
and good for Dak, man. Dak's caught a lot of shit over his career. He is playing MVP football.
And like I told all, because I'm coming from the greatest country in the world, Texas, as I tell my Cowboy family friends, around El Paso, I go, look, I'm not saying this to start an argument, but you're going to lose in January and you're going to lose in the playoffs because you got Mike McCarthy, right? It's just what you're going to do. All right. But you have an awesome team. And so bet on them right now. I got Dallas here. I'll lock it up.
Big stakes and losing playoff games. That's what Dallas does.
Yep.
All right. We got Baltimore going into Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a plus 3.5 point dog at home with a 42.5 over under.
Yeah, Jacksonville has hit a snag, and again, their star quarterback's not playing at 100%. Ravens, I think they've used Lamar Jackson pretty well this year because you haven't really heard about him. Okay, and that's exactly what you want to do. I hope I know Harbaugh watches this show, so I hope he's listening to me and let him go now. Now is the time you release Lamar. All right, like just absolute freaking run him all over the place. So great job managing Lamar this year. He's the best football player on the planet. So yeah, I got Ravens here.
All right, Monday night should be a fun one. We got Philly rolling into Seattle. Seattle is a plus 3 point dog at home with a 47.5 over under.
All right, I got a fun parlays this week because I got the Hawks in an upset here. I am on the Eagles haterade because Steve as well. I don't pick things based on who I like. I pick things based on just look at the Eagles games. All right, they have 10 wins that could easily be 3. Right, but they are a championship team, and championship teams win close games. Seattle's got their backs against the wall here, and I think that they control this game. So I'm going to go the Hawks in an upset here. My upset. There you have it. Yeah, I have an upset parlay. I have 3 upsets picked here. I got the Cowboys, all right, the Hawks, and the Texans. All right, I'm going to throw a little bit of scratch on that upset parlay. Remember, take them all money line in that parlay. It's a fun payout, but I don't put a lot of money on that. All right, I'm going to put big money individual bet on my lock, the Rams, and I'm also going to do it on the 49ers and the over same game parlay. So 49ers lock, Rams lock, Colts lock. All right, you heard it here. Put your money down. If you don't win, I apologize because that means I lost too. So yeah, like it is what it is. I bet these picks that I say. So give it a shot. All right. Well, that about wraps it up. Before I turn it over to Joe, you got anything before I do my little spiel?
No, that's it, man. Everybody, Merry New Year's and Happy Christmas.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a fight next week on Christmas Eve?
This is the last fight of 2023.
Okay, perfect. So we will see you guys next year. We'll see you guys later today for the Trash Talk Hour, which we're going to do something different. Something sparked in my mind, what happened on VTT Official. So those of you who don't get on there, is we had somebody come on there, and again, he said he was struggling, and there's about 400 or 500 comments on there immediately, and even the gentleman on the page's family finally came on there and said, "Hey, you guys can stop calling him now. We got him. He's safe." Right? But I mean, to have the guy's family come on the page and say that. It inspired something in me because, again, that is what our mission is to build a community that responds because no veteran should be alone in the age of social media. But we're going to tell some stories of success that we've had with Veteran Trash Talk and Gruntworks. So come on the show, 1700 Eastern time. We're going to talk about how we've, as a community, come together and help people, help causes. And it should be just a joyful show because as the holidays come around, we love to use this as an excuse of PTSD, and we get angry around the holidays. For some of you, that's true. That's been true for me sometimes. All right, I'm not throwing any stones, but it is possible to just look for the good things. All right, it is possible to look back in the year and something good happened to you. right? And maybe go thank that person or that cause and look at it that way for the holidays. So tune in 1700 Eastern time for Ben Owens coming on again, and they just flipped another crack house just in time for Christmas. So they had a family that was addicted to crack. They get him out of the house, they redo the house, they get him into therapy, and then they put him back in the house. So we got a video clip for that coming up. It's a tremendous story, and we look forward to doing that. All right, over to Bill for the last word.
Hey, just real quick, before I brighten up the page. Hey, do get on the page and reach out. We recently had a sergeant major commit suicide here at my installation from my class 70. So please, just reach out, man. We're all here to look out for each other. It's better to reach out than to make a silly ultimate decision. But on to a better note, please go on to goldstarteenadventures.org. They do absolute phenomenal things for all our Gold Star kids, for military and first responders. Everything from hunting trips to deep sea diving trips to dive certifications, anything you can think of. They just bring all these Gold Star kids together, and they take them out and they follow them all the way up until they get into college. Absolute phenomenal program. Please reach out, look to them, buy some shirts, buy some water bottles, or just donate. It's run awards for the most money going directly towards the kids. So please go there, goldstarteenadventures.org.
All right, awesome. We'll see you guys 1700 Eastern time. Get your bets in. Thanks for watching and listening. And now a word from our sponsor, 4Patriots. In a startling description, the UN food chief warned the world with the words, knocking on famine's door. He called what we're facing a perfect storm of a perfect storm. And he's not alone. Barron's published that a food shortage could be coming, even in the U.S. Farmers see it too. John Boyd Jr., a fourth-generation farmer, told Fox News that we're going to see empty food shelves in the coming months. That's why getting survival food is more important than ever now. Create your own stockpile of the best-selling 4Patriots survival food kits. It's not ordinary food. We're talking good for 25 years super survival food, hand-packed in a family-owned facility in the USA and giving jobs to over 200 Americans. They have different delicious breakfasts, lunches, dinners. You can make these meals in less than 20 minutes. Just add boiling water, simmer, and serve. And right now, for the next few days, listeners of the Veteran Trash Talk podcast will get 10% off their first order at 4patriots.com by using the code VTTGW. Go to 4patriots.com and use the code VTTGW to start your stockpile